point is we've gone over to the settings page. We deleted any users, basically made sure that we have no tabs open, there's no history, and we're on this page where it says Setup Chrome. And what we're going to do is we're going to input the master profile ID, and it's real simple. It's just ISDC, which is the acronym for InsideSales.com, and then SAE, and SAE is Sales Account Executive, and then Master. So ISDC SAE Master. That is the ID. Now you don't have to write this down and remember it. This is just going to be a temporary tool that we use right now. Password we use to get in is Taco Time 15, all lowercase, no spaces.
So you're like Taco Time item number 15.
Taco Time 15. Taco Time Arabic numerals 15. Yeah, and basically what it's going to do is it's just going to log you into this master account profile, and you'll see a bunch of stuff all of a sudden happen on here. Like, boom, did you see all those bookmarks pop up? So those are the bookmarks I've set up for you guys, and then you'll also see a bunch of windows popping up. And what's happening is these extensions that you're seeing over here, they're little add-ons, software add-ons to the browser that just give it additional functionality, and those are getting added on there. So. Yeah, just go ahead and click on OK. Yeah, you're good. It's just a little slower for you. Yeah.
So this is just looking so free.
There. It clicked his and it didn't do anything.
Yeah, some of them are a little bit slower than others, and I don't know why. However, yeah, see, it's happening.
It's just special.
So what's going to happen though is you should have all 5 of these little icons up here, and the last window that pops up usually should be this green programmer with these other things. So now I'll go through these one by one, but basically, have you all ended up on this page yet?
No. Yes.
Okay.
This is cool. Thanks for doing this.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah.
So here's what I will do. Here's where we can go. Most of you should have this one open right here. LastPass right here.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
That hasn't popped up for you yet?
Yep.
Not yet?
It's the Apple.
His is, do you have it?
He doesn't have it. Skylar doesn't have it.
I don't have it yet.
Have you gotten the bookmarks yet?
Yeah, right along the top.
Okay, so it's just really slow on your computer for some reason. Every computer seems to behave differently. So everything should pop up eventually. Are you seeing any of these icons across the top over here?
No.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, first one.
Okay.
Number.
So, all right. Slowly but surely.
So that is for LastPass. Do you want me to just click on that?
No, you should end up having this window open here. Or this tab.
He's there now.
Okay, cool. So who here has worked with LastPass before? Never? Okay, going to change your life. You guys will love it. I want you to create an account. I don't want you to use your InsideSales.com email or whatever email. I want you to use the one you normally use for just about everything.
Personal stuff?
Yeah, your personal email. Because you're going to want to keep LastPass long before this company IPOs and is bought out by Salesforce or whatever. Like, trust me. I've used LastPass for the last 5 years. Between me and my wife, we probably have like 270 passwords logged. If you think about all the bills you pay, all the places you've shopped, all the different sites you've been in, I like never having to remember them, and that's just it. So here at work, we not only force you to log into about 12 different things, but we force you to update the passwords, and we force you to use different requirements for all of them. You know, like this one needs a capital letter, this one needs a numeral. So I don't want you guys to have to worry about that crap. I want it to all happen in the background. LastPass does that for you. So when you sign up, go ahead and just fill these things out. I think they're going to ask you if you want to go through like a form fill wizard. Go ahead and skip that step.
The password reminder.
Password reminder is just a clue you're going to give yourself for the master password. Now, here's the thing. Don't create a master password for this account that you're going to forget. I've had several guys do this, and they're like, what do I do? It's like, just create a new account. I don't know. There's no password recovery for this. So I mean, I know my LastPass password, and that's the only one I ever need to worry about. So if you want to keep it the same as your Gmail password, fine, whatever. But just don't lose your LastPass password. Once you've got it up and running, though, your LastPass should end up turning red over here, and that's just a sign that it's working. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account that I've already created.
Reminder, would that just be a question and an answer?
Yeah.
That you would just
No, not a question and answer. Like, I mean, like, same password, same as my Gmail or same as my.
Gotcha.
you know, +1 or whatever. I don't know.
Does LastPass work as an extension on Safari?
Yes. And as an extension in Firefox as well. So, yeah, the reason I have LastPass tracking all your passwords instead of Chrome, because I know Chrome can do it, is that it's just an additional step of security, and I don't want you guys to necessarily be tied down to Chrome.
Just
So-
fill everything out there.
Yeah, I'd fill all this out. And then just once you've got this icon up here red, then that's as far as I need you to go for this part.
Oh, so you don't hit create account?
No, go ahead and create the account. And in my case, this is already red because I have signed in. And then I'll let you guys know, those other two tabs you don't really have to worry about. They're just advertising. This is ad block. This is just a thing that blocks annoying pop-ups. You can basically just put hide button and put it in the background. This is Google Dictionary. It's an automatic spell check within the thing. So like if you're like writing an email and you've got a misspelled word in there, it'll keep you apprised. I don't know if you guys use Gmail a lot like I do, but I have my Gmail account linked into here. And this basically just allows me to like fully access and look at my Gmail box without having to actually go to Gmail. So, you know, when I get emails, they pop up. Anyway, I know Gmail's not what the email we use, but it's just a little convenience on there. There's another one for Outlook here as well. You can log in with your password, but anyway, let's see here. Okay.
Man, that took way longer than I
Word.
Okay, so
She's got power cords.
do you all have LastPass up and running? Okay, cool. Here's what I want you to do now. I want you to go back to the settings page.
Aqua time 1. Okay.
All right. Is everyone on the settings page? All 5 of you? Okay. Go over to where it says disconnect your Google account. Okay. Now, do not click this box. We just want to disconnect the account. All right. Everyone's done that? Okay. Now we're going to click on sign into Chrome.
So we want to disconnect.
Disconnect the account.
This is where we put it in our regular Gmail info?
Now here's the thing. You could do your regular Gmail info. What most people do is they opt to create their own new InsideSales.com Gmail address that is used strictly for Chrome. You know, it's up to you. If you really want to include your own Gmail, then what it's going to do is this is going to be your new bookmarks, and then all your other personal Gmail bookmarks will throw up, you know, right behind them. So, you know, if you don't mind having your personal and your work done, then go ahead and do that. But the way you got to do it is when you sign in with your personal Gmail, it's going to say create a new user or sign in anyway. And if you click sign in anyway, that's what'll combine what's already existing there with what you're putting on there.
But I can recustomize it.
Can you like do a new user?
Yeah, that's what I usually recommend most people do. So go over to here to create an account.
Capital T.
Where are you?
So you saw where I was over on settings and I said sign into Chrome.
Capital T with the tag.
Okay, then I want to go over to create an account.
Capital T. Capital
And create an account. Here's how I recommend you create the account. You guys got a standardized email format for your name when you got here what is it? Your first name dot your last name. Okay, so do the same thing for this. Use your first name dot your last name dot ISDC at gmail.com. That way, if you guys are like, hey, what's the Google ID I created for, you know, my work, and I just be like, yeah, it's your first name dot last name dot ISDC at gmail.com. And then it asks what your current email address is. I'd recommend just linking it to your personal, not your work one.
Just fill out everything though, right? First, last name.
Yeah, just, you know, whatever's required to get it activated. I mean, I'm you know, I think the next dialogue after this is, do you want to fill out like a Google Plus profile? And if you click no thanks, it'll just freeze on that page.
And you recommend on the password the same one as like some, well,
Just, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to be tracking it eventually with LastPass anyway.
Did you just say this Bruford first name dot last name at ISDC?
No. First name dot last name dot ISDC at gmail.com.
At Gmail.
yes.
My computer's a little slower, so.
Okay, I'll go over there and help you real fast.
So your
Let's see the
username,
end of the line.
your username is first name dot last name, and then you created a
So
password.
we're going to try and get you to sign back into Chrome. And then have you create a new account. And then the username was going to be your first name, dot your last name, dot ISDC. And then do everything else to create the account. Did you put that in there?
Yeah, just like your regular Gmail.
Alright, now in this case, sign in anyway. And then go to advanced sync settings now. Go from sync everything down to choose what to sync, deselect passwords. Right there. And then click OK.
Thanks. Am I good?
You're good, man. You're set up.
Nice.
What's the master Gmail name again?
For your new user?
No, for just the first login, the master.
Oh, so you're on the BD though, right?
Yeah.
Love this thing. I love the password thing.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's great. You guys will love it.
Ask Bradford how many passwords he has in LastPass.
Oh, they already know.
200 and something.
So we hit remove. So
Say what?
Do we go to the beginning, like, since we all got laptops now, do we go to the beginning?
Yeah, just go back to Chrome. Go back to the Chrome login
Close out
page.
everything, go to settings.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Highlight the person, hit remove.
Yep, exactly. You were watching.
And hit remove.
So what do we need to do for BD?
Do exactly what he's doing. Remove all the people from Chrome and get to this page. And then your email now is going to be ISDC BD master.
BD.
Yep, instead of SAE, it's BD.
I want
So
to
those
go-
tabs are
Just
already.
like I
That's
said.
what's on that.
I didn't want to sync this up on my Apple computer.
Yeah, you can. Just open up Chrome and log in with that ID.
So I already have
Okay.
this.
It syncs between two of them. Because here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm also going to have you log into Chrome on your Apple or your Android,
Okay.
and your bookmarks are also synced.
Oh, fantastic.
So basically, anytime, yeah, like exactly.
My phone synced to everything.
Yeah.
Okay, thank gosh.
All right.
So I'm way behind.
No worries. I'm just going to get you signed into the master account. All right, so they're popping up. I don't know why it says RN. I think she.
Because she logged in.
And then
her-
is it disconnect your Google account? Is that what you do for the master one?
I'd wait for him. I don't want to mess it up.
Hold on. Wait, what did you say?
Disconnect your Google account.
Did you already sign up for LastPass?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and disconnect it. And then click on sign into Chrome.
What's the password?
Okay, create new user or create an account.
It's not Taco Time 1.5?
Taco Time 1 for BD Master.
Taco Time.
Yeah, so you're gonna need to create this, but we can get to that later. What we will do at this point is,
You where you need to be.
So like this, I drag this down to the toolbar. And it's been nice tabs.
oh, actually, he's got a lot more tools that pop up, so we'll wait for those to pop
Come on,
up
that's
for you.
load.
Go ahead and create an account, link it to your personal.
So we skip here?
You can see, yeah, you're good. Go ahead and set up your LastPass account. Oh, no, those just pop up on you, but go ahead and back over to here, link it to your personal account. And then you're signed in too.
So
So
that's didn't come up.
it'll be up in a second here. There you go. Create an account.
You say don't use your,
Use your personal.
yeah, okay.
Do we need to check these that send anonymous?
Yeah,
letter?
just go ahead. It'll be fine. Then, okay, so you created your Google account. Now what you need to do is go back over to the settings page. Sign into Chrome. Sign in with your new ID. And then, and then what it's going to do is prompt you to either create a new user or sign in anyway. Sign in anyway. And now it's overriding everything. Click OK, got it. Click on Advanced Sync Settings. Select Sync Everything to choose what to sync. And then deselect passwords because LastPass is handling it for you.
Do we need to do anything in the vault, or is that?
No, you're good. You got it active. Now that it's active, I'm going to walk you guys through a few like password sign-ins and stuff. But so
Just drag it down.
I'm gonna disconnect your account real fast. We're gonna try to sign back in, but create a new user first. So,
What's that? You don't have to be selected one of those.
over here, you're gonna do firstname.lastname.isdc.
Or your password.
You guys all set?
Did you click on, have that set?
Alright, you got that up and running?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go back over to the settings page.
Icon's right there.
Click disconnect your Google account, disconnect account, sign into Chrome, create an account, and the user ID is going to be firstname.lastname.isdc.
Where are you at now?
Okay, disconnect your account,
Okay.
disconnect, sign into Chrome, create an account,
Remembering all the
and then
passwords
you're
was a
gonna
real burden.
do firstname.lastname.isdc@gmail.com.
So I'm struggling.
It was a struggle.
So we have, so this is our personal LastPass, but we're gonna put all of our work.
on it.
And then when this thing asks for your current email address, just link it to your personal as well.
That way when you.
And then after you got that account created, then go ahead and click no thanks.
You have to create another password.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to use the same one as you did for LastPass, I don't care. I mean, you're only gonna be using this account to log into Chrome and that's it. You're not gonna be using this account for Gmail, for anything else. So settings. Okay, so you saw that where it looked like you were signed in, but you were actually just signed into Google. You weren't signed into Chrome. So when you get on your home computer, like, you gotta make sure that you're signing into Chrome and not Google Plus or Gmail to actually get all your passwords up, you know what I'm saying? So you got the new ID. Sign in, exactly.
You have to put all your phone number and all that stuff.
I think you have to, because in some cases they might verify your account by text.
And what email address should I use?
So go back over to the settings page.
Yeah.
Scroll through it all now. And then use that new ID you created.
What's funny is I was starting to do this anyways.
So-
Use your Gmail account again?
Okay, sign in anyway, right?
Should've just waited.
Okay, cancel.
I mean, this is the first time.
Okay, do it, try it again. And then you're gonna do sign in anyway. Sign in anyway. There you go. Click OK, got it. Click advanced sync settings. Click on sync everything to choose what to sync.
So why did,
Deselect
why are we,
passwords. And click OK. Yes.
okay. So when we're doing work stuff, we log into this new Gmail account that we just created.
It should just stay logged in.
Just stay logged in.
Just
Use it for nothing else but that.
pin your Google Chrome browser. Well, I guess that's not your computer, but
Right.
I just pinned it to the bottom, so click on it and just opens it.
Would this be a great way to get everybody's passwords? It's like, oh, I have this great thing, it's called LastPass. Enter in every password you have.
And hack all these accounts.
Perpetual education fund never worked, the school they go back, there's still no jobs, they owe money, they quit going to church, they don't like that.
Alright, so have any of you started playing with LastPass yet to have it record your passwords?
I'm using it right now.
Alright, cool. Yeah, what's gonna happen is anytime you're entering a new password in LastPass, you're gonna see little asterisks pop up in like your password and login window. So like, for example, when I go to like the mail app, oh, actually it's just gonna log me in automatically because I'm already there. But if I were to log out, hold on.
I am the poster child for the only way to screw up this whole entire exercise is to, when your password expires and you have to do a new password for any of these
What
sites,
about this verification code?
you have to first
Did it come
go
to your cell phone?
and eliminate the old password
Didn't come in as
and
a
then
text
put in a
message.
new one, otherwise it's trying to read two different ones and then it won't work, and then you're like,
Try again.
screw this thing, and then you just stop using it altogether.
Makes sense. Why does this say log out and have my old Gmail address in here? Not my current one? Wow, that's gonna mess up.
Should I have to get that?
Maybe just do the voice call. Because usually the voice call is immediate too.
And so what screen
there
you
it
want them
goes.
on now, Bruce?
There you go. Alright.
That question we asked.
You already have
Sure.
it.
Okay, so I'm just in my LastPass and then it says log out and it has my old email address,
You know
like
what your-
my actual personal one.
Mm-hmm.
Any idea why that would be there?
Because you signed up with that account.
Here.
Okay, but
Yeah, your LastPass and your new, .isdc@gmail account, those aren't linked at all.
okay,
And I do that on purpose.
okay.
I don't want someone, if they know your ISDC login to Chrome, to know all your passwords.
Yeah.
You've already created your online email password, haven't
Do you hit create your profile?
No, sign in anyway, or which one?
What's
Oh,
going
you're on the Google
you?
Plus page.
2 seconds.
Talk to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm on
Go
Amazon
ahead,
right
click
now,
no thanks.
saving my,
Your password?
yeah.
All right, then go back to the settings
I'm
page.
having a hard time saving my password. It's kind of
Click on sign in Chrome.
You're gonna automatically banner up on the top.
Use that new info that you just made for yourself, your first name, last name, .isdc.
No, I did the banner.
Yeah, that's what I did on one of them, but.
Just
Log
randomly
in. You wanna just
saving all
log
my
in.
passwords and start doing this. For some reason.
Looking over here.
Dude, even on the last.
So now you're in. Yeah, so every time I log into this, just click on that.
Yep, got it.
I
Oh,
saw
you-
it. That's my word.
What?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did you figure out how to log in?
I think he's set.
It's important.
Just chilling?
He is, he's got it.
So how do you make LastPass remember your password on any given?
There's usually a pop-up window that'll happen. Now, in this case, Microsoft Mail, for some reason, is screwy, and you have to do a manual add, so click on this, the icon, go over to where it says Sites.
Is there a high number of reps that play Angry Birds? Is that why it's in the?
I don't know. Click on Add Sites.
This makes me wanna like change all my passwords now.
There you go.
I can keep track of them.
Yeah, put in your username, your
Your
password.
security's gonna go way up.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, like, as of right now, it's.
Or way down, like
This
this
is
stack,
STA.
we're all screwed.
Why does,
Ah,
so
figured
when
it
I
out.
click on the STA link, Craig Simon.
Did you find your password?
Yeah,
Do you
figured
need
it
to do
out.
password recovery for it?
I got ADP.
Because you have it linked to another account, right?
Come on,
You're 2 seconds
So-
too slow.
Um,
It has you in there.
For STA.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's it.
Are
You can
Are you
wanna
there?
log in
Yeah.
a couple
How's
times.
me
Click
too.
on the upper right. The
yeah,
last
if
icon.
you want to figure that out, Courtney, like, I mean, it might take a little bit of time, but I can still do some stuff in the background, and you
I've
won't, you
logged in
shouldn't be
twice,
held up.
it
So,
still comes back.
Thanks, man.
You're in, but you're just in as him.
Well, I'll get in and then I'll shut it down, then when I go to reopen it, it doesn't stay logged in as me, it's logged in as him.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to briefly walk them through that.
wait,
When they're logging into STA, for some reason, they're all getting logged in as Craig Simons in STA, so they need to change their logins.
Really?
So it's gonna be add a site, you can go back to it.
Hold on.
How do you tell if you're actually logged in as him or is, no? It's logged in as me. Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Oh, yeah.
I heard yippee-ki-yay.
So someone didn't clear their thing off completely before doing this. So that's what happens when we get these. So you see how I've got all these passwords for Craig Simons?
I wonder who did it.
So what I need everyone to do is go to your, like the BD guys won't have to do this because these weren't synced to the BD account, but everyone needs to go to their settings page and under the subheading password and forms, it's the fourth item down. Go over to where it says manage passwords and just clear them all out.
So settings.
Settings page, fourth heading
Okay,
down,
thanks.
passwords and forms. Go over to where it says manage passwords, clear them all out.
Only in the STA,
Um,
cause I'm
I'm
not.
not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that either.
In settings.
go ahead, in settings right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, settings.
yeah.
And then you guys don't have, is there a show advanced settings button? Is that what it is?
Doesn't have anywhere near as much content.
Show
over here.
advanced settings.
Go to maybe where it says show advanced settings. That's what I meant to say.
Where's that?
It should be like,
It's a little blue thing at the bottom.
Oh, the
Password, I'm
very,
not
very
seeing it.
bottom.
Okay,
yeah.
it's like barely.
And then under password and forms,
What do we do there?
click to where it says manage passwords.
Just the hyperlink.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone else is logging in.
Okay.
Oh, Craig.
You're okay to log in.
Yeah, now I am. So,
Delete them all.
Delete them all. Yeah.
how do you delete everyone else?
Sean
Right.
Sampson ended up leaving like 120 behind one time.
Our power users.
See, that's something I would do. That makes me like, I don't want to laugh at him because,
Yeah.
like,
Well, the funny thing is, this guy's probably the most plugged in, connected like guy that knows how to use social media.
Have in the whole place.
Yeah, he's probably like,
good, that makes me feel better.
Okay, so could you explain why that was? So had Craig logged in under that computer before? or-
No, Craig had already, so he
If you
didn't
don't
clear
want
his
to
instance of
ISDC.
Chrome out. He didn't delete everything because we just ended up signing into Chrome, but apparently Chrome still had within its history a log of those passwords.
Okay.
And so when we signed in to his account, it just basically, it's kind of like how your new account that you just created, when you signed into the all the information that was left behind from the master account, it just absorbed it all. Yeah, so those passwords were left behind by him as a user, and when we signed in with our master account, it absorbed all those passwords.
Now, do I need to go through and redo everything I'd already done?
No.
Because those passwords.
No.
are-
No, you're fine. We're
I
all
just launched my STA and it goes right into
Yeah, I'm
mine,
good to go.
yeah,
which is
yeah, exactly.
good to go.
Yeah, like that was the most minor instance we've ever had of someone like leaving their passwords behind.
Way to go, Craig.
So
It was minor.
yeah, it was no big deal.
Okay,
I want you to remember me.
now what he's gonna do is he's gonna walk you through all of his folders and the toolbar so you can see what all he's got cataloged in there.
Yeah, and I've got about 25 minutes to do it, so let's make it snappy. He's walked you through the support site. It's a lot of self-explanatory. I think the big takeaway you're going to have from all this is just explore every link, explore every folder. You're going to get your bearings a lot more quickly the more you start exploring. So STA, you all know how to use it. Vision, just so you know, Vision doesn't work really well with LastPass because it's got its own little dialog that pops up for when you log in. This kind of dialog that pops up in a separate window, you won't see the little asterisks that indicate that LastPass is working in the background. So
Couldn't remember.
you can store your Vision info in LastPass's vault, but it just won't autofill for you.
That's nice.
Yeah, the same thing is like, our ADP portal where you guys will do your time cards and stuff or your days off. That also has the same kind of like autofill thing here or pop-up thing here. So, still store your info in there. But
The BD guys don't have vision on there.
so Courtney, did you get your login figured out on that? All right. Have you gone through the password recovery on that? So just go to gmail.com, try to sign into the account, and then click on the forgot password link.
So go to firstname.lastname.isdc@gmail.com.
No, he needs to just go to the regular Gmail sign-in screen,
Okay.
and then he just needs to click on forgot password for that account, and then it'll email the password to the account that he linked it to.
You seriously should come like at the very beginning of training. Because they give us like a
Seriously,
million
that should be on
Like
board.
I
should be
looked like
day
a
one.
dumbass to my
Just
manager
don't
because I forgot on the first day they told us like this little bit of information, and then I was like, yeah, dude, I don't think I got that. He sent an email, and I just looked like an idiot because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
That's why you should show up on day one.
Pricing.
Can you just do the first 7 days of training?
Uh,
week?
5 an hour. Don't insult.
I would cut out these 2 days.
my manager expressly asked that I never do another training again.
Steve said he was your manager.
I'm serious. Justin was like, when he found out I was coming down here, he was like, that's never happening again. I was like, okay.
Justin Edwards.
Yep.
There goes my hopes and
So,
dreams.
I'm just going to navigate you around the folders though, okay?
Okay, watch this as he goes through this menu.
Okay, so the first folder is ISDC. This was just kind of like a general folder that I had for, not necessarily your job, but I guess more like company related. So, we have the directory. I don't know why I put Atom Dashboard in here. Atom Dashboard is basically just a back-end system that allows us to view things like the usage and billing for our
That's
clients.
exactly why you put it in there, because I'm a firm believer that in your 30, 60, 90, 120-day follow-ups post-sale, what's the one thing most closely tied to ROI? Percent utilization, right? So if their utilization's high, ROI is high. If their utilization drops off, their ROI is gonna drop off. So you guys don't get your check stung for some guy who quit at 6 months and then they come after you for another 6 months worth of your check. When you do your fulfillment and follow-ups, scheduled next events, if you show up with a printed out report of their percent utilization, how smart do you look as the sales guy? Hey, I just wanted to call and say, nice job, your utilization's going up, or hey, it's down a little bit, I'm a little concerned, let's talk. Gives you a really good reason to call.
Yeah, so you'll get more into using the dashboard with the help of your sales engineer, and eventually the CAMs that you'll be working with as you go through implementation. call monitor, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, HR related stuff. I basically just put the ADP site, our HR site. Concur is what we do for expense reimbursement. You'll be using that a lot more as a mid-market or enterprise rep. Tech Tool Tutorials is just folder of other technology tool type things that we use that you're going to need to learn how to use if you want to be able to work here. So, for example, all of your computers that you get may or may not have Microsoft Office installed. However, all of you did get an email address. Your email address is an Office 365 email address, and basically what it means is that tied to your email address is 5 licenses of Office you can put on any 5 computers. So of course we're expecting you to put it on your computer that we give you, but it's not stopping you from putting it on your wife's laptop, your personal desktop at home, whatever. So you can do that. There's a link for that over here. I also have VideoLAN. This is the software we use to listen to call recordings. All of our call recordings by default record in a GSM format. It's a format that none of our computers natively recognize.
Or any of the people in the building.
Yeah.
Natively recognized .gsm.
Yeah. So
Like
basically, this will just make sure that you can play those files. They'll associate correctly. Sharing your calendars. Some of you may not know how to do it. This will show you how to do it. Using Google's advanced search, I really, really recommend you watch this video. It's too bad that we can't force you to watch it, but if you guys watch it, I promise it'll pay huge dividends. I get a lot more from my Google searches than most of my peers because I know how to filter things properly. I know how to filter it within a certain date range. I know how to filter it to a certain type of document, to a certain website only. I know how to filter certain words out of the results. The whole idea is that I can usually find my answers way faster. So look at these two things, and they'll basically walk you through how you're using their advanced search tools. This is also kind of like their cheat sheet page that says like what type of parameters do you want to put into the search. I mean, this is really great if you're researching a company and you want to get information on them that was published in the last month only. That way you'd have much less cluttered results, stuff like that. So that's under Tech Tool Tutorials. LastPass, I really recommend watching the tutorial on LastPass as well. It'll be your friend. There's about 10% of the reps on the floor who don't use it because they just never decided they could figure it out, or it just screwed up for them, and they're doomed to a lifetime of forgetting and getting passwords. So, okay, in the sales folder, we have separate folders for pricing. We have pricing for our SFDC platform, for our LMP platform. We have our comprehensive list pricing. I expect you to look at all of those because at the end of the week, Steve's going to run you guys through a scavenger hunt, and basically a lot of the questions you're going to answer are going to be found on these links here. So we have international dialer rates. It depends on what country you're calling to. You can look them up in real time in Atom. Sometimes it's a little cumbersome to look through Atom because it's just one huge long list. So I've broken them up into this little thing right here.
That will be on the test, the scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Where
So-
you find the international dialing rates for X, Y,
Every time he
Z
says that, I get like a panic attack, and I know he's joking, but I can't help
No,
it.
I'm not, I'm serious. Yeah.
All right, so we got to move fast. On the research side, we have Zoom Info, which is what we use to determine whether or not a company's within your segment, which is always determined by the number of employees they have. We really need to be able to do a separate training on Zoom Info. Unfortunately, we don't. So your managers will be able to do that. We do a lot of research through LinkedIn. We've got separate trainings that are published on the website that talk about how we use LinkedIn to do our prospecting. It's very, very good. I've been using Sales Navigator. I recommend that you guys make that investment.
By the way, that's like done deal, Bruford.
What do you mean?
Yeah, should I cancel my LinkedIn account? paying
Yeah,
for it right now?
that's
No.
in red lines right now. We're about to buy licenses for everybody in the next 2 weeks.
Well,
Mine renews in 2 weeks.
that to
We have an
me,
agreement, and it's in red lines. That's,
Yeah.
That's progress.
You can easily cancel everything.
I bet you women get the priesthood before that happens.
Because all my food bills me. So 2
Right.
weeks. I'm
All right.
That's what I do.
Okay, so we have a whole bunch of other different things that you can do to research, but you'll get that on social media prospecting. I've created this folder. This is basically a lot of training for social media. Right here, this social selling strategy blueprint. I'm sure Frank can go over that with you guys
Showed it to
next
them
day.
already on the support site.
Yeah,
That's
great way
our-
for you to
that's
plug
our
into having a great profile right away out the gates.
Enterprise prospecting support on the support site.
Yeah. So this whole folder is dedicated to all of that different stuff to support your social media prospecting efforts here, though. So we run two different types of demos when we're demoing our software. One for our proprietary platform, and the other one for the Salesforce plugin. So I'm going to be changing these folders out probably a little bit. These are the ones I was using over a year ago. Things have changed a lot, but all these links should be very useful to you for the time being.
When you change it, will it change on ours or not?
No, it won't. But you can come. I will be publishing the latest set of links on the support site, like every month, and I curate it pretty actively. So metrics and ROI. There's a lot of things that we're going to be doing, measuring our clients. Some of the stuff will be stuff you uncover during your first call of discovery, during calls with frontline managers, during calls with employees that use the system. So we've got different tools to collect those metrics. He will show you kind of like the one-page battle card that you can write on. Also, one of the things we also do is response audits. We try to get a preview of how quick our clients are responding to their inbound marketing efforts, and we stack them up against two competitors. These are all the forms you're going to need to basically get a response audit started. So, I put everything in one convenient location for you. Proposals and contracts, you'll be getting to these later once you're actually towards the end of a deal, but I have my deal sheet linked here. I have the whole playlist of training on the deal sheet linked here as well. So you guys can learn about the deal sheet when you go home tonight. Just go into this folder. Implementation and client success, you can start worrying about that once we start talking about getting closing paperwork and targeting a date, but there is a process. You're going to want to know how to do it. You're going to want to know how to message what we deliver to the clients. So that's why we have the implementation slick, and that's why we also have these surveys. These are things that will be coordinated between you and your sales engineer to get things going. But
If you don't complete the survey and we can't scope out what it's going to take to implement them, then you can't sign an agreement. So we're getting very, very sticky on your implementation guy. Make sure you got the right survey completed so they can scope it out, and only then can you close.
Yep.
Has
Yep.
to be done prior to a signed agreement.
Yeah. So go through here, just explore everything, kind of like you're supposed to go through the site, explore everything in the document repository as well. Marketing, this site is really just where I go for all my content to share with clients, customer-facing stuff. So on the marketing folder, first link is just our general internal marketing site. And this has everything like your PDFs, case studies, stuff we use for Dreamforce, some of our messaging. So, this is great. These are things that we've all gotten in the last 6 months. They weren't here before. And if you notice, this is what we had in the last 4 or 5 years before that. So we're starting to build up a huge critical mass of great case studies, great pieces. So seriously, download everything in here, read it. These are things you're going to want to be able to forward on to your clients, because part of what we're going to be doing as we market ourselves online too is we want to be able to establish credibility. So having a good repository of things that we can share that are relevant to the decision makers that we're trying to engage with, it's going to be a real plus. It's all on this marketing website right here, marketing materials. So the next link down from there is customer testimonials, and right now this is just the videos they managed to put into this site. I think there's only maybe 44 in here. In truth, we actually have about 144.
There's 167, and they're adding more right now. But if you go to the homepage, insidesales.com, and just go under About Us, you can get those either here or you can get them off just the main website.
Cool thing is they're also adding this piece right here where you can start to filter out under healthcare, what did we do? So, and Nick Broadhead is also building one out for every industry. It's pretty awesome. I'm trying to get him hooked up with Nate Johnson to do it, but it's a huge benefit to do this. I'll give you a personal anecdote. I had my first sales call back on the sales floor in a year, just on Monday, and it was with a company that happens to be in an industry I used to be in, payroll services. Two of our big flagship client names are Paychex and ADP. So I thought it was great. This guy was going to know who we were, had everything. Well, he liked everything he saw, but I think what really piqued his interest was when I realized by using LinkedIn and being connected to this guy that I could tell that his direct report, his boss, the decision maker in this whole scenario, was a first degree connection with him, and they actually do personally know each other. So I've got huge industry references and personal references for this guy. And I wouldn't have been able to know that if I hadn't actually gone through my whole LinkedIn thing and added a lot of the names that I've put in there. So just a good reason to understand. Like, using LinkedIn is going to be huge if you want to be able to find the most direct way to like move your way up to the trust for the client. So
what you're saying is that SEO is dead and social proof selling is the way of the future?
I don't know. I just,
I'm just teasing.
I just know what worked for me.
That's what the guy said earlier today.
So the thing was though is that it was definitely the conversation I had with this guy today was a testament to like what the truth of the new buying cycle is. I could have thrown a lot more brochures at him and just told him I've got so much information, great information for you. Fact is, he'd already sat down with someone before me, but he's already downloaded so many different things that he's already pretty far through the buying cycle.
What did Dave Elkington say yesterday in his speech from stage when he said, "I'm so embarrassed you guys don't know this. You guys need to read more books." How many different data points does a prospect have on us before they even call us? 17. That was the number he used.
Yeah.
$100 bill?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, still waiting on that. Propinquity.
How propinquitous?
All right. So underneath the customer testimonials page, we just have our Vimeo and our YouTube page. This is where the just the videos themselves, the direct links to those videos are being published. So right now we've got 112 published on there. I know that there's probably another like 60 or so they haven't put on there yet, but
Just our Vimeo page is like just be like Jesus. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Just our Vimeo page.
Just go home and just put the Vimeo page on like just one long playlist for your family, and put it in the background. And I guarantee after like 2 months, your kids will be giving the proofs to you. And so, all right. So after the marketing, the Vimeo channel, the YouTube channel. These are some blog industry articles I've collected over the years. I should probably go through and clean some of this up. Some of them are outdated. No one wants to be passed an article from 2009. So, this is actually the raw data that Nate Johnson's working off of, the customer metadata. These are all the different customers, the industries they're in.
If you look at the tab at the bottom, on the tab number 2, he has every single customer testimonial scripted.
Wow.
Second tab. Go
So-
to second tab. Second tab on the bottom. Now watch this, how crazy this is. He has the script for every single testimonial in there so we can index it by word. So you can go through and search by word in a testimonial and it'll be in there.
But here's the beauty. If you guys want to start knowing immediately where we have stuff, we've got our customer testimonials, we've got everything else. I would just come to here, and then from here figure out now what video or whatever piece of collateral you want to track down. So, this was the vision of what we had in mind when we first got into this role a year ago, and honestly, it didn't even seem we were halfway close to this a month and a half ago.
No.
And
Is there a way for us to enable those drop downs so that
here?
Yeah.
The only way you'd be able to would be go over to File, and or you'd have to download it as an Excel. Or if you signed in, you can make a copy, and a copy would be in your own thing, but it wouldn't be updated. So you know what I mean? It'd just be enabled for that.
Johnson's not going to let you jack up his metadata.
That's for sure.
it's
So
on my computer? It's
under marketing, okay. Quick client stats improves. This is just a page that has continued to grow. When the first time that I got here, we just had a few random stats thrown about on the websites and a few random case study slicks that we had, and I just wanted to aggregate them. And so that's what I did.
That first one right there, go back up, Ruford. That stat right there is like the sum and substance of everything that we have for sales indicator. So there's the 3 companies that have reported back to us. All the people who are projected to be over quota, where they cluster, and all the people who are under quota, where they cluster. So those are the 3 that you're going to use. If anybody has any questions about, well, who's using sales indicator?
Yeah, the organization of this page doesn't really follow any rhyme or reason. I mean, like I have some general stats here, then some product specific stats, and then I have basically stories on different clients. Now, a lot of this is made redundant by the videos, by that metadata sheet, and by the flashcards that we'll be introducing to you guys a little bit later too. But basically, people learn different ways. People get reinforced from different directions. So I go through here and look at this. One thing that this does have that everything else doesn't have is I've consolidated all of the win wires, which are basically a situation analysis of different deals that were compiled by Andrew Perry and Dave Boyce in marketing, and they just email them out to us. It's just an email that we get occasionally. Well, I've put them all in one document. So this just basically lets you know.
The wire is cool because they interviewed the sales guy and said, what made the difference on this account? And the sales guy gets to give his, hey, here's the reason why I got this one across the line, which is nice to have.
Yeah, I really recommend spending time looking at this as well, because then you'll start to understand what type of business problems we're solving, things we're up against. So, so that's what we have over for marketing. If you want to get more depth on your product knowledge, these are some pages that are. Some of them are kind of artifacts. I mean, the data is still relevant, but we don't have pages, for example, on power standings. No, not power standings. On sales indicator and vision and stuff like that. However, there are product information pieces lying around on different parts of our site. So these are just pages that were made for the general use of the company, but then we actually have something called the community site, which is for the benefit of our sales engineers and our clients. It's kind of like a users group forum, but basically on the community site, if you go digging in there, you can actually find the Salesforce administration manual, the LMP administrator manual. You'll see video user guides, things like that. Really worth exploring in there. It's just one of those other rabbit holes that you guys could probably spend a whole half day going around. The question is where's going to be the most effective use of my time. I know that he's put together kind of like a quick start guide for the reps. It's brilliant. Probably the smartest thing you could do is to focus on that, but still get your bearings, look at all these different links, and just
done by tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm sure you've got at least like 40 minutes worth of reading in here. So this is your mail. You guys all have your Outlook that's set up for your desktop. I prefer I'm working on a Mac. The Mac version of Outlook sucks, so I just prefer to work out of the web version anyway. So it's linked here. Your calendar's linked there. OneDrive is the Microsoft version of Google Drive. It sucks as well, but we have it, so
Me and Bruford were building the sales handbook.
Oh
and it was
gosh.
Like 89, 90 pages, and the two guys that were our bosses, Derek Chung and Rick Baker, that were like over sales ops, had never used like a collaboration tool before.
No. He insisted we go away from Google Docs to go to OneDrive, but then he couldn't even use like the OneDrive for what it was for, which was collaboration.
Right. So every time that we would update it and it was a real-time working document, they'd be like, hey, we just finished reviewing this thing that we downloaded like 6 days ago. And we would be like, dude, that's like 27 hours ago. What are you doing? They would never use.
And they're like, here, just do my changes. We're like, well, I don't even know what your changes are. We'll just find them and put them in.
Anyway, it took us 79 hours to do a 29-hour task.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Seriously, we were killing ourselves. All right.
Yeah.
No, keep going.
All right, so training. You guys are going to be. One of the great things that's happened in the last like 3 or 4 months is since we've gotten the Sales Hood platform, training is happening a lot more on the local level. Meaning like your own immediate manager is setting up training sessions that
using Sales Hood.
Yeah, and it's things that they may have created on their own. It's things they may have created in collaboration with Steve Frame and other people, or it may just be something that was created for the company, by an executive team or with Steve Frame as well. So. Sales Hood, you guys are going to get your logins for that. You'll be assigned under your manager. You guys will get familiar with how to use that. Here's what I'll do. I've got 3 minutes left, so I'm going to walk you guys through the flashcards. I want everyone to click on that flashcards link. And what this is cram.com.
Before you guys go on to this, notice that Bruford has mastered the art of Well, this isn't even really the one he works out of, but he's mastered the art of taking all words off of his toolbar and making them into just icons. So show him, Bruce.
You turn like that
Can
one?
you see all of his icons
Yeah,
across
I
the
see
top?
that.
He just memorizes what icon goes to what, and then he can just fit a zillion up there.
Yeah, you
instead
just
of
go over
using
to
words.
edit and then you just delete the name.
Oh, sweet.
So,
That's
I mean,
that's what the master does. If you guys all want to aspire to be like
I'll
him,
get it right.
then I expect you all to have that many icons.
Even
on
on,
your-
on a PC, it's the same way to do that.
yeah.
Monitor's not big enough.
How did you click at it? Just hold it.
Right click on it.
Sorry to steal your thunder there, Bruce.
Okay, no worries. All right, so Cram, go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. Download this app. It is free. They're gonna ask you to sign into the app. Here's what I recommend you do: go over to where it says sign up and link it to an existing account that you already use. So, if in my case, I just linked it to my Facebook account, or you can link it to your new Google account or your own personal Google. Either way, just link it to an account you already have. And then once you're actually signed in, so I'm going to go ahead and link this with my Facebook right now. Once you're signed in, I want you to go back to that link that I put in this training folder called ISDC flashcards. All this link is the search results for the word ISDC. The ISDC is the acronym for InsideSales.com, but basically these are all the different flashcard decks that people here at InsideSales.com have created. And this is just the best way for you to manage some of the just annoying lists of stuff you're going to have to eventually learn, like acronyms. I mean, everyone is familiar with endless acronyms with every new job you get. Well, I'd rather you guys master that in 2 weeks than 2 months. So this is just your chance to do that. So once you're actually signed in, all you got to do is click on the name of any one of the flashcard decks and make it a favorite by clicking on this button.
This is important. Watch this part.
You guys are watching that? So right now it's not favorited. If I click on that, it is now favorited. And then I can go back. And then what's going to happen is when you log into Cram on your phone and you've signed in with either your Facebook or Gmail account that you linked it to, you can go to your list of favorites and then voila, you're going to have 7 or 8 decks of flashcards. And next time you're in like your
As long as
boring...
you count ahead in Elders Quorum to what paragraph you're supposed to read, you can be over there doing flashcard stuff until
Yeah.
it's your turn to read.
You happily sit through your daughter's recital. You know, the point is though is that there's just a lot of stuff that you're gonna want to have like tucked away for use on the phones and situations. It is great to know of a relevant client solving a similar business problem, and the only way you're gonna get that is by memorizing it or being lucky enough to overhear someone smarter than you using it. You know, and I don't like depending on luck that much. So there you go.
Where do you find the top 10, Bruce? Is it on there finally? Go to the bottom.
Yes, there.
Top 10, analyst. Keep going, bottom. Top 10 analyst report.
There you go. How'd you get it?
I don't know. Just got lucky. Finally got it on there. So they already know when they're going to do a whiteboard presentation that those are the 10 topics they're going to pick from.
Yeah, so tomorrow morning, Frame is going to be having you guys show that on your iPhone or Android that your Cram account has at least 7 favorites stacked in there. Fair enough? All right, so here's the last thing I'm going to walk you guys through. So I started to interrupt you on Cram. We may have to get you back to it, but this is one thing I should walk everyone through before I go. If you're on a public computer, who here is on a computer that's not the one they're going to end up with? Okay, so you two are definitely going to want to do this. I'm going to have you guys do it anyway, just for the exercise. But what we're going to do is, if you're ever, the idea is that I want you to be able to do your work regardless of what machine you're on. You know what I mean? And this has been a benefit for like some of our enterprise reps who get a MacBook that we set up for them, and then it just stops working. You know, and we'll shoot. Do you have a personal laptop? Yeah. Well, let's just sign in with your Chrome ID. Boom. Oh, well, it's like I'm not missing anything then. Okay. I want you guys to be able to enjoy the same thing. The only problem is that if you're logging onto someone's computer, I want you to be able to clear all of your data off, especially LastPass. So
Kind
here's
of like leave no trace if we were camping.
exactly. This is carry carry everything, including your feces, with you. So we go over to settings page.
We're not carrying feces. We're leaving that area.
Go to your settings page and click on the name of the person. It's probably going to be the only one, and then just click remove.
This takes faith.
Just go ahead and click remove.
This takes faith.
It's like,
It's like standing on the table and closing your
I
eyes.
was
and
like, I
falling
just
backwards.
worked really hard.
Yeah.
Try using
So
Frank's
my name
computer
is
to leave
there.
the frame
Click
off.
remove.
Just
remove.
like,
Just
Remove.
remove.
Just remove. Remove.
SAE master.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Okay.
Remove.
Oh, that sucks.
like that.
Oh, so you didn't get yours? Are you going to have this tomorrow?
I just worked so hard.
All right. Do you have?
I haven't even got past that.
Throw the
Yeah,
laptop.
we just gotta get you signed into an account. So you didn't get this.
Someone wastes my time.
Yeah.
I hijacked it with that.
Trevor, do you need this? I hijacked this without even
You know
asking.
what? I'll send you an invoice for it later. It's about $10.
Put it on my tab.
Yeah, really?
No,
He's got a running
I
tab.
got it.
Joe's got me.
He's got a running tab.
Not
You
good.
good?
There we go.
So
Search.
generous.
I am. I'm selling the company's electricity. I'm a middleman.
That's generous.
Anybody doesn't know
What was
about
the email address
Go.
created?
Anybody doesn't know about Goal Zero?
Courtney got something
Go look
ISDC.
at it.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't, it said it
Goal
doesn't have.
Zero?
Goalzero.com is
Oh, for reals?
is
So can you just create a new one then?
goalzero.com
Let's try
is
that.
how to get off the grid with solar power on everything.
Are you doing that?
So I have to jump
Yeah,
back
I'm buying these little products one at a time, but I have a little mat that goes on the back of my backpack when I hunt. It
Oh.
powers my laptop, my phone, everything.
I love that kind of
It's
stuff.
just a little solar thing. You open it up and
Whoa.
it hangs on your
Seems a
backside.
little gimmicky to me.
Let's just try making them on again.
It's the real deal?
Solar for your home.
In the door
Yeah, so I just.
to the cafe.
Alright, so what
So
do
you
we
deleted the account?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
We use them
so
as
just
food.
go to that same page where it says sign into Chrome and sign in with your info again. And this is just what happens when you set up on a new computer for the first time.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh at me.
Seriously? You just did this. Like,
You know what? I got it.
Finished
I got it.
6 months and I forgot.
I got it.
cool.
Doing,
So when I sign on any computer now, my last pass will automatically.
Your last pass will pop. Your last pass will. The tool will pop up, but you
wonder
will
how
not be
that
signed in.
sounds.
kids.
Oh, okay.
Signing in last pass is the secondary step.
So-
Username is incorrect.
Now,
Okay, so I got it.
She's
so
red.
this is, I logged out and I signed back in.
Like
It
redhead,
gave me-
she's like.
No, scroll up to the top.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So remember, yours was really slow populating everything.
That's right.
So I'm thinking it'll show up eventually. I just don't know what's up with it. So
Cool.
So everything that I was doing before those saved too, like all the passwords.
all the history, everything.
Nice, thank gosh.
Yeah. So here's the thing I love doing in this too. I mean, I'll start working on something, and if I get to a page that I want to come back to eventually, I'll just favorite it.
So it has to
In fact,
reinstall all
like
this?
I have this saved searches because you're going to be saving. You're going to have a search for like leads in my area or opportunities in my area or opportunities that were pitched to miss. Anytime you get a certain web page that you know you're going to view again, go ahead and just favorite it. And the great thing about it is if you ever want to navigate to anything in Chrome whatsoever that's been favorited, you just start typing the words up here. So like go ahead and click up right here in this toolbar and type the word deal sheet. And you'll notice that within 3 or 4 keystrokes, deal sheet is going to be one of the options that you can go to directly. Now you're not populated with the things yet, but
So none of these are all in.
yeah, so go ahead and just type in the word deal sheet in the address
Training
bar.
right here.
Yeah. You'll notice those 2 things that are there with the highlight with the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are parts of your favorites. I mean, like start typing the word directory,
Oh, gotcha.
and so anything that you've got favorited, you can actually just access directly by going right here. It's just a huge power tool.
So I have to log into my.
Separately, correct.
Alright.
Roofer keeps me up at night. All the crap he teaches me every day.
But you have to
How do I-
re-sign into
How do I
LinkedIn.
sign in now?
All right. So you
I'll have to
deleted
re-sign
everything.
in.
Now you want to sign in again just for sign in to Chrome.
Dude, I got one thing to say.
I got the power.
You
I'll
liked
have to
it.
re-
You liked it. It's
Oh, you're
okay.
signed in.
Just let it happen. It's natural.
It should populate.
Alec gives him this look like urinate.
Yeah, it's
I was like
gonna take
staring
a
at
while.
him. He liked it.
And Trevor's like, please laugh. Please laugh.
And I'm like, I laughed at your jokes.
I'll have to hear reciprocity, babe.
Bro, you gotta go pick up your kid, don't you?
Yeah, I gotta go.
That's right.
All right.
Hey, thank you.
Round of applause for
Hey.
Roofer Cleveland.
Thank you.
Mine didn't populate.
So you're in mid-market sales,
Yes, I am.
but you report to Justin?
Yes, I do.